Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday morning. Today is May 5th, the day after May the 4th. Revenge of the 5th. Here we go. Monday morning. Hey, guess what? Speaking of Star Wars, there are a couple things happening in May that may have you looking to the skies. We're talking about May astronomical events. The first one beginning tonight. All right, so here's what we got. Up first is the Eta Aquarians meteor shower. This is coming out of the Aquarius constellation. Now, that constellation right now is most visible near the southern hemisphere, close to the equator, just a little bit south of the equator now, in the southern hemisphere. And so here in the northern hemisphere, especially here in the Ozarks, the meteor shower will be a little bit more difficult to spot, okay? But you will be able to see it, all right? And it peaks tonight, May 5th night into May 6th morning. You'll be able to see up to 10 meteors per hour. However, again, better visibility in the southern hemisphere. We'll be looking low on the horizon to the east. So find a spot that's a little higher elevated and then try to find a good angle where you can find something on the eastern horizon looking low, and that'll be your best chance to see some of these meteors happening tonight. So this is going to be peaking out from about 2 a.m. to dawn, right before sunrise. It's always best, though, to avoid city lights. Now, the Aquarians meteor shower is known for its long light trails, so very streaky, all right? That's in contrast to the familiar quick burst of light moving fast across the sky with other meteor showers. This will be more of a long trail behind these meteors for tonight. So kind of interesting. Hopefully you can get out and see some. I might go out myself and take a peek when I get into work tomorrow morning. Of course, I'm in the middle of the city, but maybe who knows? If you see 10 meteors per hour, maybe we'll catch one. You never know. All right, up next is we've got these things called globular clusters. 2 of those happening for the month of May. The first one's happening May 11th, all right? So these the May 11th globulars will be part of the globular cluster Messier 5, M5 for short, most visible May 11th. Now, a globular cluster is a dense, spherical-shaped collection of stars. All right, so the picture there on the back is a good measure of what it's actually going to look like. Just a cluster of stars kind of make this globe shape almost, okay? Globular cluster. Sometimes they can have millions of stars in them. Now, this particular cluster, again, is known as the M5. This cluster will reach its peak elevation above the horizon, highest point in the sky, May 11th. Now, this cluster sits about 25,000 light years away. A telescope, even a pair of binoculars, will be helpful in seeing this particular globular cluster M5. Now, the bad news, a full moon, May 12th. So skies will be pretty bright. The moon will help kind of wash out the visibility of this globular cluster. Now, that being said, there is another cluster that's going to be visible in the Ozarks, May 28th. So the one on May 11th is M5. The one on May 28th is going to be M4. And that globular cluster, May 28th, M4, not as bright as M5. So despite there not being any moon, we'll be in a new moon phase by May 28th. So it will be dark skies May 28th. This cluster is not going to be as bright. But give it a shot. Have a pair of binoculars. I've done this a few times as well, just taking a pair of binoculars out and just looked up to the sky, even with the full moon, and you can see some stars. That's interesting. Zoom in, you can see a lot more and make out some of those constellations and clusters beside the fact. All right, so the flower moon, May 12th, coming up next. This full moon in May is called the flower moon because flowers blooming in May. Quite prolific this time of year. It's the growing season, right? Other names for the full moon in May are the milk moon, the budding moon, and the planting moon. The full moon happens, of course, on May 12th. After that, moon is going to be lining up as a crescent moon. It starts to shrink, all right? Moon phase getting smaller as we go into the end of May. New moon happening, I think, on May 26th. So by May 23rd, we'll be looking at a crescent moon. Now, this crescent moon will be between two planets, Venus and Saturn. Venus will be on the left. Saturn will be positioned on the right. Now, Venus obviously will be much brighter than Saturn, but you can still make out Saturn with a pair of binoculars or a telescope. Now, there's nothing too fancy about this. It'll be a near pass. The Saturn will be very close to the moon, all right? So you get that classic crescent moon shape with the star kind of off to the bottom right. That star will be Saturn, all right? So getting that kind of classic crescent moon with the star on it, that's kind of the setup we have going into May 23rd for Venus, Moon, and Saturn lining up. And I believe it's going to be taking shape in the eastern sky, I think. I'll double check that. I'll add it to the web story, the timing and what direction to be looking at for this. But May 23rd, something else to worry about. Now, May 26th, we have a new moon happening. And that's pretty important because, guess what? A new moon means dark skies. So if you just want to, hey, take a pair of binoculars and get best viewing conditions, granted no cloud cover, and we're looking up towards the skies, hoping to see the most starlight, May 26th will be for you because that's when the moon will not be washing out any of the stars we see May 26th. So there you go. There you have it. Those are some astronomical events coming up this May. So look to the skies, get a pair of binoculars, take a peek. Hope for good weather and clear skies. Tonight, the forecast is clear skies, so that Aquarians meteor shower, although low on the horizon, not the best viewing conditions for us here in the Ozarks. Skies will be clear, all right? So look east, low on the horizon, after midnight, 2 a.m., before dawn, before sunlight starts to rise up. Sunlight starts to come up above the horizon now around 5:30. So get out before 5 and you'll be just fine. All right, I'm Ozarks First Meteorologist Tom Schmidt from the Ozarks First Digital Desk. This has been an update on May astronomical events. Happy Monday.